So as we wind this down, Fred, it was a thrill. I haven't known you through life like I've known these guys, but it was a real thrill for me to hear that, Fred, you doing a deal for us at Lynx. I said, I did not know Fred was a follower. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think it started, I know it started in the early part of my career in the early 90s. I always believed in God as a kid, but I never really went to church. I never felt like I had to. I always was working. I had a paper route. I worked at the golf course, and I was always working. So Sundays were never available, and my family didn't really go to church. My aunt and uncle did, and I went with them a couple times. But it was never a non-belief thing. I always believed in a higher being. But when I got out on tour, you mentioned Scott Simpson, but there was a number of guys: Tom Lehman, Scott Simpson, Larry Mize. Who am I missing? Larry, help me out here.
Bernie.
And Bernie. Yeah, definitely Bernie. I still, never mind, frustrated with but they carried themselves different. They were different on the golf course. They seemed more at peace when they didn't play well than I was. I always, and I think we all fight this, is that we identify ourselves as a human being and what our worth is by what we shoot. And we're that person. We're either a really good guy and we're in a great mood when we have a great week, and you feel like nothing when you have a bad day or a bad week, and it's hard. You can't live life like that through the game. I'm more than what I shoot, and I became. I started following Larry and I went to the fellowships early on, and to see what these guys were reading and learning and doing stuff, and it was really cool. And I always believe now. I mean, I believe if you believe in Jesus Christ died on the cross for you and then rose, the game, set, match right there. That's the guy. Nobody's done that, and nobody's going to do that again. So I just think it's something where you're not by yourself. Golf is one of the most selfish, loneliest games you could ever pursue at a highest level. And we spend so much time by ourselves. We spend so much time trying to figure out whether we're going to be playing, if you're playing good, whether you're going to keep playing good, how can I keep doing that? You're not playing good, will I ever play good again? You're never not thinking about golf. And it's crazy. It's just entraps you into identifying yourself as what you're shooting, and you just had to get away from that. And they had that saying, I remember the first time I heard it, Jesus, take the wheel. I said, wow, to me, that was a really strong, little tiny statement, because you trying to over-control your life, you can't do it alone. I look back now that we all had friends that backed us. We had people that believed in us, whether it was your parents, friends, your best buddies that believed in us and pushed us through when we were not playing well and says, come on, you got it, you can do it. But you need that higher believing too, especially with all the time you spend alone. It's a game that can really destroy a lot of things. It can destroy marriages, it can destroy confidence, it can destroy a lot of stuff. I mean, you give your heart and soul into it and you just don't make it, but there's a lot more to it. And to me, I always had a goal, and honestly, it's still a goal now, but my goal was to see if I was ever just do it, give it everything I got, and I would look back if I never made it, and look back, I gave it everything I got, and I could live with myself. If I left something on the table, I don't think I could live with myself. If I, failed and said, God, I had my chance and I didn't take advantage of it. But you also have that advantage to take a hold of that wheel with Jesus and follow him. And it's very powerful if you can do that. And it does ease the pressure, because you're not really wishing for a 64 or 63. I want to just go out there and enjoy myself and my talent and enjoy the camaraderie. The reason I'm still playing, I'm not competitive anymore. I don't hit the ball anything like I used to or far, but I love the brotherhood that we have out here on the Champions Tour. I love these two guys. Mark, we played how many rounds together when I adopted you?
I think it was 6 straight in Hawaii. It was
4
4 at Kapalua and 2 at the Sony.
Yeah, and so we're at Sony, and I says, I'm going to adopt you. I said, I love you, man. This is great. And he goes, great, man. You're going to take care of me? And I go, no, I'm not going to take care of you, but I really like it.
You did set up that direct deposit for my kids, which your grandkids. It's still coming in. I appreciate
it was in
that.
the bank, but the bank went under. Yeah, but it's really the brotherhood of what the tour, what we have out here. We're really a traveling circus, and we put on our show every week in the town, and the level of talent, the level of dedication that we all have out there is not seen. The talent is, the dedication is not. And the work ethic that everybody has to stay at the top of their game, especially when you're getting older. And what Bernhard is doing is, this is a compliment. This is a compliment, the total compliment. There's nothing you can ever say bad about Bernhard, truly one of my best friends. But he's the most consistent guy for longevity at the level that is so high to do what he's doing at 67 years old still. Last year, coming off an Achilles injury that's still bothering him, he's going to play his last Masters, has to walk, and he's having trouble. I just talked to him tonight when I left the trailer to come here. And I thought he was over. And I said, you're still hurting, aren't you? He goes, yeah, I'm hurting. And he's an amazing human being. You can see it in him. You could see it in Tom Lehman. You could see it in Scott Simpson, big-time Larry Mize. Golf was not who they were. Nothing to do with who they are as a person. They're much more than that. And we all in this room are much more than probably what we're identified as. With whatever you do in work, how successful you are in work, great. It's how you carry yourself as a person, as a human being. So it's how you want to do more for others. And I think the attitude is how can I help people and to get through the difficulties of life. And life is brutal. For everybody, there's nothing easy about living. Larry uses the saying, that saying that we come from the land of the dying and go into the land of the living, right?
And we're not in the land of the living going to the land of the dying. We're in the land of the dying going to the land of the living.
You mind taking over?
Fred, thank you. That's awesome. These men took out their valuable time this week to be with us, and so we're deeply grateful. We give them a round of applause, please.